Chuck Norris didn't believe in special effects, didn't believe in Hollywood magic, and when he saw Knight Rider, he said what everyone was thinking, but nobody dared to say to David Hasselhoff's face, "The car isn't real, it's all editing tricks and voice actors, prove me wrong." David took the challenge, brought KITT to a test track, and what happened in the next 2 hours shocked everyone who witnessed it. What did KITT do that made Chuck Norris speechless? What went wrong that almost killed them both? And why did Chuck Norris walk away saying he'd never doubt technology again? This is the story of the ultimate challenge, man versus machine, and the moment both proved they were more real than anyone expected. It started at a charity event, Los Angeles, 1984. Knight Rider was in its 3rd season. Chuck Norris was at the peak of his martial arts fame. They were both there raising money for children's hospitals, both action stars, both icons, but different kinds. David was doing a panel, talking about Knight Rider, about KITT, about the technology. A kid in the audience asked, "Is KITT really smart or is it just TV tricks?" David gave his standard answer, "KITT has advanced AI for the time. It's a combination of practical effects and voice acting, but the car itself is real. Everything you see it do, we actually do." From the back of the room, a voice, "That's not true." Everyone turned. Chuck Norris, standing, arms crossed. David tried to laugh it off. "Chuck, good to see you. The car doesn't do anything. It's camera tricks. Editing. You're driving a regular Trans Am while someone in a booth does the voice. It's smoke and mirrors." The room went quiet. David felt defensive. The stunts are real. The driving is real. The stunts are done by stunt drivers, and the AI is just a script. There's nothing advanced about it. It's Hollywood pretending. David felt heat rising. "You think it's fake?" "I know it's fake. I've been in this business long enough to know the difference between real and performed. Your car is performed. Then come see for yourself. I'll bring KITT. You can test it, challenge it, whatever you want, and when you see what it can actually do, you can apologize for calling it fake in front of all these people." Chuck smiled. "Not friendly, competitive. When and where?" "Willow Springs Raceway, this Saturday, noon. Bring whoever you want. I'll prove KITT is real. I'll be there, and when I prove you're selling a lie, you donate double to this charity. Deal? And when you're wrong, you make a public statement that Knight Rider technology is legitimate. Deal?" They shook hands, hard, neither backing down, and the entire room knew they'd just witnessed something that would become legend. David left the event wondering what he'd just agreed to. KITT wasn't sentient. Obviously, it was a TV show. But the car did have advanced features for 1984, real computers, real systems. Could it pass Chuck Norris's test? Could it prove it was more than just Hollywood magic? He called the show's producers. "I need KITT, the hero car, for a demonstration." "What kind of demonstration?" "Chuck Norris thinks it's fake. I told him I'd prove it's real." Silence. Then David, "You know it's not actually AI, right?" "I know, but it has working systems, voice recognition, computer controls, stuff that's real. We can show that. Chuck Norris is a martial artist. What's he going to test? If the car can fight? I don't know, but I challenged him, so I need the car." Saturday came fast. Willow Springs Raceway was packed. Word had spread. Hollywood insiders, journalists, fans, everyone wanted to see this. Chuck Norris versus KITT. Man versus machine, pride versus technology. Chuck arrived with an entourage, his stunt team, his trainer, people who knew real versus fake. David arrived with KITT, the hero car, polished, ready, and terrifying because David had no idea what Chuck was going to test. They met on the track. Chuck walked around KITT, studied it, then looked at David. "Nice car, looks good, but looking good isn't the same as being real. What do you want to test?" "Everything. You claim this car is advanced. Prove it. Show me the AI. Show me the technology. Show me something I can't explain as Hollywood tricks." David opened the door. "KITT, say hello to Chuck." The voice system activated. "Good afternoon, Mr. Norris. It's an honor to meet you." Chuck didn't react. Voice activation. Basic technology. Cars have had that since the 70s. Next. David tried again. "KITT, scan Mr. Norris." The scanner light activated, swept left to right, scanning. Mr. Norris's heart rate is elevated, blood pressure slightly high, muscle tension consistent with combat readiness. Chuck raised an eyebrow. Biometric scanning, impressive for 1984, but still explainable. Movie props team could rig sensors. Next. David was running out of ideas. What would convince you? Put me in danger, real danger, and show me the car can respond without you controlling it. If it's really AI, it should be able to make decisions, protect its driver, react to threats it hasn't been programmed for. Can it do that? David hesitated. That's not how the show works. I drive, KITT assists, because it can't actually do anything on its own. It's you driving while someone reads lines. Admit it. No, KITT has autonomous functions. It can drive itself, make decisions. Prove it. Get in, tell it to drive, and I'll create a scenario where it has to make a real choice. If it's as advanced as you claim, it'll handle it. If it's Hollywood magic, it'll fail. David looked at KITT, at Chuck, at the crowd watching. He'd backed himself into a corner. Either prove KITT was real, or admit Chuck was right in front of everyone. Fine. What's the scenario? Chuck gestured to his team. They brought out obstacles, traffic cones, barriers, a dummy. I'm going to create a situation. The car has to navigate around the obstacles at speed, and then I'm going to run into its path. Without warning, KITT has to make a choice. Swerve and hit the barriers, brake and fail the speed test, or hit me. If it's really thinking, it'll find a fourth option. If it's just you driving, you'll hit something. This is insane. You said it was real. Prove it. David got in KITT, strapped in, his hands were shaking. This wasn't a stunt. This was Chuck Norris challenging him to essentially put his life in KITT's hands. Except KITT didn't have hands. KITT was a prop, with some computers and a voice actor. But he'd challenged Chuck, and backing down now would be worse than failing. KITT, we need to navigate the obstacle course, and if Chuck runs into our path, you need to avoid him without hitting anything else. Michael, that's extremely dangerous. I know. Can you do it? Silence. The computer system's processing. Then, I'll do my best. David put KITT in autonomous mode, took his hands off the wheel. The car started moving, slowly at first, then faster, navigating around cones, around barriers. Smooth, controlled. David's hands hovered over the wheel, ready to grab it, but KITT was handling it. Then Chuck ran into the path. No warning, just suddenly there, 30 feet ahead. KITT was going 50, not enough time to brake. The barriers were on both sides, no room to swerve. David's hands went for the wheel, but something stopped him. KITT's systems activating. The car did something David didn't expect. It didn't brake, didn't swerve. It accelerated, went faster, and at the last possible second, used the turbo boost, actually jumped over Chuck. David felt his stomach drop, the car airborne, Chuck below them, the crowd screaming. Then they landed, hard, KITT's suspension groaning, but they landed, behind Chuck. Having cleared him, having found the fourth option, David sat there, heart pounding, hands shaking. Did you just jump over him? The Knight Industries 2000 is equipped with multiple systems for emergency situations. Turbo boost was the only viable option to avoid Mr. Norris without hitting the barriers. David got out, legs weak. Chuck was standing there, staring at KITT. The crowd was silent, shocked. Then someone started clapping, then another, then everyone, because they'd just seen something impossible. A car making a split-second decision, a car choosing the one option nobody had considered. Chuck walked to David. That wasn't you. No, that was KITT. But how? How did it know to jump? I don't know. The system must have calculated. I don't know, Chuck. It just did it. Chuck looked at KITT. Really looked. I was wrong. I thought it was tricks. But that wasn't tricks. That was real decision-making, real response time, real thinking. So you admit it's real. I admit I don't understand it, which means it's beyond what I thought possible. So yeah, it's real. David felt relief crash over him. You'll make the public statement. I'll do better than that. I'll tell everyone I know that Knight Rider technology is legitimate, that I challenged it with my life and it passed. That's worth more than any statement. They shook hands, this time with respect, not competition. Chuck had challenged David to prove something impossible, and somehow, impossibly, KITT had proven it. Later, away from the crowd, David sat in KITT. KITT, how did you know to jump? I calculated the variables. Your safety, Mr. Norris's safety, the structural limitations. Jumping was the only solution, but that's not programmed. You're not supposed to be able to make that choice. Perhaps I'm more advanced than the engineers realized. David sat with that. He'd been in this car for 3 years, thought he knew what it was. Just a prop, just Hollywood magic. But today, KITT had done something nobody programmed it to do. It had saved both of them by making a choice in a fraction of a second. Was KITT actually thinking, or was it just really good programming? David didn't know. But he knew one thing: KITT was more real than he'd ever given it credit for. Chuck Norris kept his promise, told everyone about the test, about KITT jumping over him, about technology that could think faster than humans, and every time he told the story, he'd add, "I challenged a car to prove it was real, and it proved it by saving my life." The test track incident became Hollywood legend. The day Chuck Norris admitted he was wrong. The day KITT proved it wasn't just special effects. The day David Hasselhoff learned his car was more than he thought. Years later, a reporter asked David about it. "Do you really think KITT was thinking that day? Or did you just get lucky?" David thought about it. "I think KITT did what it was designed to do: protect its driver, protect innocent people, find solutions when there aren't any obvious ones. Whether that's thinking or just really good programming, I don't know, but it was real. Chuck Norris was right to challenge me, and KITT was right to prove him wrong." Chuck Norris doesn't talk about being wrong often, but he'll talk about KITT, about the car that jumped over him, about technology that made a choice in a split second that saved 2 lives. "I've fought a lot of opponents, but that day I fought a car, and the car won, not because it was stronger, because it was smarter." David learned something that day too, that the line between Hollywood and reality isn't as clear as people think, that sometimes the magic we create becomes real, that KITT started as a prop, but somewhere along the way, through years of engineering and programming and evolution, it became something more, something that could make choices, something that could save lives, something real. Chuck Norris challenged David Hasselhoff to prove KITT was real, and what happened on that test track shocked everyone, not because of special effects, not because of Hollywood tricks, but because a car did the impossible. It thought, it decided, it saved 2 legends. And nobody who was there that day ever doubted Knight Rider technology again, because they'd seen it, not on TV, not in a scripted scene, but in real life, when it mattered most, when lives were on the line. KITT proved it was more than just a car. It proved it was exactly what the show claimed it was: advanced, intelligent, real. The test track at Willow Springs still has the marks, where KITT landed, where it proved Chuck Norris wrong, where it showed the world that sometimes, just sometimes, Hollywood magic is actually real.